This was my go-to student discount app. It's also great if you're flat sharing and you need to split rent and bills. You basically pay £2 to use that bike for up to 30 minutes over the span of 24 hours. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is V. In this video, I'll be sharing with you some of my favorite and free must-have apps as a university student in the UK. I've lived in the UK for almost 8 years now, and although I'm a little bit past my undergrad days, I thought this video might still be helpful to some of you. I'll be covering apps to do with money, so things like budgeting, investing, and also student discount, then transport-related apps, food-related ones, and finally apps that have really helped with my mental well-being. So first up, let's talk about money. Before starting uni, you will most likely need to set up a bank account, which can sometimes be a hassle, especially if you're an international student. What is currently popular amongst many UK university students is online banks. 3 of the most popular ones are Revolut, Monzo, and Starling. I personally started using Monzo since my first year of university. I basically just signed up through the app, got verified, and my card was sent to me, and all of this happened within a matter of days. I use Monzo to make my day-to-day purchases because I just like how it categorizes everything into sections like eating out, groceries, holidays, entertainment, etc. It just gives me a better idea of how and where I spend my money. It's great for traveling as well because of the good exchange rate. And this is not just Monzo, the other online banks like Starling and Revolut all have relatively similar functions and are all amazing in their own ways. But if you'd like to sign up for Monzo, you can click the referral link in my description box below. This is of course at no cost to you, but we both get £5. Carrying on from the topic of money management, we have the next app called Splitwise. Sometimes when you're hanging out with a group of friends, one person often pays on behalf of everyone else first, and Splitwise is a good way to keep track of how much everyone owes, who has paid, and who hasn't. It's also great if you're flat sharing and you need to split rent and bills. I also quite like it because it avoids a slightly awkward situation where you need to directly ask a person to pay you back. Being a uni student can involve a lot of going out and also budgeting, but there are also ways to save for your future. An investment app that I use is Freetrade, and as an absolute beginner myself, I personally found it very straightforward and also very user-friendly. I personally regret not having started investing when I was in university. Trust me and the millions of other people out there when we say that it is never too early to invest. So if this is something that interests you, I've also included my referral link in the description box. Once you sign up, we both get a free share worth anywhere between £3 to £200. The final app I'll be mentioning in the money category is UniDays. This was my go-to student discount app, and I personally regret not having utilized student discounts to the maximum capacity. Because now that I'm working, everything is just so goddamn expensive. All you need to do is literally sign up with your student email and you get access to a huge range of things like clothes, tech, restaurants, study apps, health and lifestyle, and a bunch of other things. So please use student discounts whenever you can and whilst you still can. A general tip is just to always ask the cashier whether or not they do student discounts because some staff just don't really mention it. And the next category is food. There is a jarring statistic that states that more than 1/3 of food is wasted. Too Good To Go is part of a movement to help reduce food waste, whilst also providing cheaper food options to those who use the app. Essentially, any leftover food that a restaurant can no longer sell that day goes to the users of Too Good To Go for only a fraction of the price. So how it works is that you choose your location and radius to basically cover a range of restaurants that collaborate with Too Good To Go, and then you can see which restaurants have magic bags for you to collect at a certain time. Of course, many of the good ones get taken really quickly, and some of the more popular restaurants don't release these bags until a later time, like 8 p.m. But generally, this is a good and environmentally friendly way of saving money. And next up, we have the more convenient food delivery app that almost everyone uses, Deliveroo. If you know a group of friends who enjoy ordering in every now and then, I would think that it's worth setting up a Deliveroo Plus account together because you can include various addresses and also input different card accounts. So the Gold account is $7.99 a month and any delivery above £10 is free. The Silver is $3.49 a month and any delivery above £25 is free. You can also get the Deliveroo Plus Silver free for 1 year if you sign up for Amazon Prime. If you're living in London, here are a few navigation apps that you might want to consider. A popular navigation app that most people use is City Mapper. It gives you a bunch of really good tube, train, overground, and even Uber boat options to travel around the city. However, after using City Mapper for 1 to 2 years, I've now switched to Google Maps instead. There's absolutely nothing wrong with City Mapper, it's just that I prefer using Google Maps because it shows me shops or surrounding landmarks of the place that I'm aiming to go, just so I have a sense of my own bearings. bearings. But honestly, both Citymapper and Google Maps do the job just fine. And of course, there are situations where public transport isn't what you want. And this is where Uber and Bolt come in handy. I'm sure you already know what Uber is, but basically Bolt is Uber's share but slightly cheaper. It's not as widely used as Uber's, but it's something that you can consider if an Uber isn't available. And if you're not in a rush and you don't mind sharing a ride, Bolt is definitely an alternative. And the last app in the transport category is Santander Cycles. All over London, you'll probably see these red Santander Cycle stations. You basically pay £2 to use that bike for up to 30 minutes over the span of 24 hours. You can use the Santander Cycles app itself or even Google Maps to check where bike locations are located and also how many bikes are available at each station. This is basically just to check if there's a bike available for you to actually ride and whether there's a space for you to park when you arrive at your destination. Personally, I didn't use this that much when I was in uni because I wasn't a very confident cyclist. And for me personally, the thought of cycling in the city can be very scary and also quite dangerous. But now that I started cycling to work in Cambridge, I just really found the joy in cycling and exploring the city. But if you're not that keen on cycling in traffic, a really fun alternative is just to cycle at night along the River Thames where there are designated cycle lanes. This helps you to avoid pedestrians, which was something I was really scared of, and overall it's just good vibes. And last but not least, we have the well-being category. Uni can be stressful with the number of classes, exams, socials, and activities that we need to do. Although uni is the time to be trying out new things, it can be difficult to stay on top of everything. One way I try to stay sane is by staying organized. I planned my day-to-day activities using the Notion app, which I also have on my desktop. I use it to manage my daily to-dos, general goals for the year, internship or job applications, and at the moment I also use it to plan, script, and do everything for my YouTube planning. It can be a little overwhelming to get used to Notion in the beginning, just because there are so many different features that you can use. But there are many YouTube videos out there that you can watch where they do a simplified Notion template. I personally base my daily to-dos off Rowena's template and also my YouTube planning of Ali Abdal's template. And my final must-have app is dedicated to taking care of our mental well-being. During my second year of university, I was especially burnt out, sleep-deprived, and stressed. And for whatever reason, I just decided to give this whole mindfulness and meditation thing a go. At first, it was quite difficult to even sit in my own silence for a pure 5 minutes, but I stuck to it for at least a week. That turned into a month and then a whole term. I'm not exaggerating when I say it really changed me for the better. I personally started taking care of myself better, reading self-help books, journaling, and making myself nutritious meals. All in all, I was just more present and I saw more good in people and also in difficult situations. There are certain paid features in Headspace, but there are also free guided meditations. There are different focuses on breathing exercises, practicing gratitude, being in the present, managing anger, and much more. Nowadays, I don't use the Headspace app anymore because my daily practice of mindfulness is practicing yoga in the morning. But this app just holds a special place in my heart because it was the starting point of my mindfulness practice. That's it for this video. I hope you found some of it helpful. I make videos on what it's like pursuing an education and career in STEM, along with uni and job related videos like these. So if that's something that you're interested in, please like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!